SciTube is an initiative to make learning psychology interesting, exciting, and easier. SciTube promotes learning psychology through the relevant original experiments that resulted in the theories. The videos also sensitize the learners about the relevance of the theories in contemporary times. Concept: fundamental attribution error. Experimental setup: the Castro Essay Experiment. The Castro Essay Experiment was conducted by Edward E. Jones and Victor A. Harris in 1967 as a landmark study in social psychology. The purpose of the experiment was to understand how people explain others' behavior, whether they attribute actions to personal beliefs or to situational constraints. At the time, psychologists believed that people were generally rational when making judgments. Jones and Harris questioned this assumption. Their motive was to test whether individuals would ignore obvious external pressures and instead blame behavior on internal characteristics. This inquiry led to the identification of what we now call the fundamental attribution error. What happened in the experiment? Participants were told they would read an essay written by another student about Fidel Castro, either supporting or opposing him. Two conditions were created. In one condition, the essay writer chose freely which position to take. In another condition, the essay writer was assigned the position and had no choice. After reading the essay, participants were asked to judge the true attitude of the writer toward Castro. Key observations and conclusions. The results revealed a powerful bias. When the writer had free choice, participants assumed the essay reflected genuine belief. Crucially, even when participants knew the writer had no choice, they still believed. Pro-Castro essays reflected pro-Castro attitudes. Anti-Castro essays reflected anti-Castro attitudes. Conclusion. Participants overemphasized personal disposition and underestimated situational forces. This systematic bias was labeled the fundamental attribution error, the tendency to explain others' actions as reflections of character rather than context. Inferences and contemporary relevance. The Castro Essay Experiment remains deeply relevant today. Workplaces, employees are blamed for poor performance despite structural constraints. Education, students are labeled lazy without considering environment or resources. Leadership, success or failure is attributed to individuals, not systems. Social media and politics, people judge others instantly without understanding context. Core insight. We see behavior, but we miss the situation behind it. The experiment reminds us that fair judgment requires contextual awareness, empathy, and humility, especially in complex, high-pressure environments. If you think the video made learning psychology easier, like, comment, share, and subscribe.